It's a beautiful Thursday morning. If you just joined us here on the show, this is Prime Morning, and it's time for us to get into our next segment. Of course, this is News Flash, and it's proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise, still phones Papa Pafie. And I entreat you to go there today and grab something for yourself. If you're talking about gadgets, the best place you can be is Franco Trading Enterprise. They have all it takes to make sure that your gadgets actually last longer. It's guaranteed. And if you're looking for television, if you're looking for refrigerator, if you want to buy a CCTV camera for your home, for your office, it's the place that you have to be. Those of us who are looking forward to buying phones as gifts for people, please do well and make your way to Franco Trading Enterprise. That's where quality is assured. And you can call them, give them a call, 0555-939-311, and speak to us. And please do not pick any number on social media to do business with us. Try as much as possible to stick to the numbers that we give you. Contact us. We're also on internet. If you go on social media, you find us over there as well. But do call the numbers that you can see on your screens. Now, the Franco Trading app is also available. You can actually download that, and it's even easier for you to reach us. So you can just do all the inquiries that you want to do by simply just downloading the Franco Trading app, and you're good to go. Our website is www.francotrading.com, and you can also check us out over there as well. Franco Trading Enterprise says still phones Papa Pafie, and we love to actually make purchases from Franco Trading Enterprise. And you want to go there today and grab yourself something. Now, we're going to be delving into newspapers, the front page and what is reported, and then we'll get into our major conversation. This morning, we are looking at the protesters' issue. They wanted to protest against illegal mining in Galamsey. Unfortunately, they were met with so many issues, and also it is believed that most of them also, did some things that were not supposed to have been done. We'll get into the details of that. But yesterday, 11 of them have been actually remanded again. They were denied bail. And then 39 have also been denied bail this week as well. So we're going to be delving into that conversation. And also, we'll look at our figures in terms of our economy. We've gotten some indication that in the second quarter, we did pretty well, and it's looking good for 2024 in terms of our GDP. We'll be looking at it. Is it the real standings on the ground? So it's something that we should still be worried about. The economists will be here to actually let us understand better what it means to be 6.9% GDP growth anticipation in 2024 in the second quarter. We'll look at that. Are we recovering? Is the economy recovering, or it's not even getting better in real terms? We'll look at that also this morning. So let me go to the newspapers. I introduce my guest in the studio, and then we'll begin our conversation. You can also send your messages to us, and we're streaming live on Facebook. Our WhatsApp line is active. I'll be more than glad to actually read from you this morning, so keep the messages coming. Telegraphic this morning says a student loan trust fund disburses 20 million Ghana cedis to students, and the winner takes all system must stop, experts advocate. President Akufo-Addo at UN General Assembly Security Council needs overhaul, structured deficit in addressing global challenges. That's the President, His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at the UN General Assembly. Don't forget that there were some Ghanaians who actually went there to protest, and it's also the illegal Galamsey situation, and they were all over the street of New York for that reason. Anyway, at the back page it says report in Europe on used clothing misleading. Association says so. Rains cause gridlock in Accra. That's the daily graphic for today. Now, the Daily Dispatch, which will be my last paper, which on the front page says that we are not leaving 2024 elections to any court, NDC wants, and a digital solution for taxi drivers to be launched by government. And does the position of a party on the ballot have any advantages? This write-up that would interest you. There's a big question mark over there, by the way. You want to check it out. And some other stories at the back page. It says free SHS policy transforms 5.7 million lives in Ghana. President Akufo-Addo tells world leaders at the UN. And Damango Yagbongra honors Abuja for tremendous development. That's also captured by the Daily Dispatch this morning. That will be all for the newspapers for today. We'll move on to our substantive issues, and let me introduce my guest in the studio. Joining us this morning, as always, on Thursdays, lawyer Kwame Jantuah, SCSF, senior member CPP, and also chairman oil and gas sector of the AGI. Good morning to you, lawyer. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Great. Dr. Julius Kwaku Kata is here with us as a fellow chartered economist in Ghana. He's also joined us here in studio. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Great. Good to see you, Doc.
I'm happy to see you too.
Awesome. All right. So,
How
Doc is here with us.
are you doing?
I'm very well. I've been around, exploring a lot of things in the country, but it's been quite a journey, and I love it.
Some of which are?
The first black philosopher. He actually comes from Akonu in Axum. It's a village in Axum, and not much has been heard about him, and we went there to actually discover a lot. I sat with the chiefs, the entire community, to speak about this man. He was then sent to Germany, came back, couldn't find his roots, he died, and buried in Shamar, which was not his birthplace. So the chiefs are looking forward to exhuming the body and bringing it back to Akonu, where he rightfully belongs. And he is actually the first black philosopher in the person of Anton Amo.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
Yeah, Wilhelm Anton Amo.
Historical, isn't it?
Very historical.
What is wrong with us?
Crazy. The people are very angry, I believe they had issues to complain because when he came back and was trying to look for his roots, he was lied to somewhere in Axum that he couldn't come from this place. So Shama people, he went there, he
adopted him.
And they adopted him, if you like, and he was buried there. And they wanted to exhume the body and bring it. They actually built in a place for him in front of the palace, where it would be more like a museum where they'll have They took me to the very first place he left, the old palace, where he was a very young boy, and then taken to Germany.
I would like you to travel the universities and interview our historians as to where our history is today. Because, look, I'm sure there are quite a number of people from Ghana who have these types of accolades, but we don't.
We don't, exactly.
And we don't tend to celebrate our history. No. Go to the UK. Winston Churchill, they celebrate him. The Queen, Henry, they celebrate them. Yeah. So what is wrong with us? And
in Germany, they have a full, celebration they do for him. In Germany, this is from here. And also at the University of Ghana, every year they have a symposium they do for him. The people over there in the village do not even know about it.
And a lot of Ghanaians don't even know about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tetakwashi, we don't even celebrate it.
Yeah.
And he's kept this country going for years. What is wrong with that?
We're not well. We're not well. There's a building that has stood for 101 years. And if you see the building, very magnificent. And I could picture at the time in 1920, it was actually built in 1923. They started in 1920. If you see, it belonged to just one man. And he was one of the richest people in Axum. And if you see the building, they call it Kwandao, but it used to be called Shenempro, and there was a reason why. Because of its beauty and everything, people, when they are walking past, instead of looking at their steps, they'd rather be looking at the building. So people would then prompt them and say, Shenempro, watch your steps so you don't stumble.
Don't trip over.
It's beautiful, 3-story building. I went through it. No tiles, just wood. The floor is just wood. Anyway, there's more coming up on Explore. I discovered a lot, and I'm sure you all want to see some of the things.
Politics.
We should sometimes just move away from the politics a bit and check that. I was very fascinated about some of the things that I discovered, but it's all good. Anyway, let's start off. Maybe I'm thinking that we could start off with the democracy and protesters and some of the issues that have come up. Yesterday, 11 people were remanded. The one who was leading the entire protest has been hospitalized. Oliver Baka Wombo has been hospitalized. So there was no judgment yesterday. We're hoping that maybe when they resume, they'll be able to be given their sentences. And we're looking about 2 weeks' time. I'll begin with you, Doc. I know where we had to get to this point. I mean, if you look at Galamsey and what he has been able to do to our water bodies and all of that, they critically affect our livelihood. And of course, it would go a long way to affect us as human beings as well, and probably even the economy for that matter. Where do we now stop and say that, you know what, protesters have done, whatever it is. But the real picture is that if we're not careful, in the next 10, 15 years, even our economy will be in a bad position because of these things.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks the viewers, and thank my big brother for coming. I told you that in practical terms, I believe that what you see is what you know. I'm just from Takwa about 3 days ago. I'm moving on the road, get to Takwa and seeing what is there. There is no river or bridge that I cross which is not brown. There is no what? River or forest I cross where there is water. This is not about what I see on the TV. This is real fact. I saw it myself 3 days ago. I was at University of Mines. It will pity you that we have reached the stage where our conscience that we have as Ghanaians is negative about everything we do. At least if you see how the distraction is, the rivers cannot, the water, there's no water, it's chemical water. So you realize that the distraction is deeper than what we are talking about. And when you look at the soil profile, the texture of the soil from where we can get food, water, and everything, it has completely been, eroded off, replaced with chemical water. So there's a degradation of the soil, which in effect will give us the organic substances that will make food production becomes easier. So when people are saying, people who are affected with diseases are saying, with Ghanaians who are concerned, saying that, please, let's have a break to these things. And I saw a Chinese mining. I look at him and I ask him, you come from a country, you are mining here with machines, with chemicals. And you don't care about the people that are around. So my brother, we can go and go on. The law must be, the law stipulated it. The environmental law is there. The laws are there. It is not that they are not there. What we need is to implement at every stage of our life. We need to protect ourselves.
Why is that so difficult?
It is because there are some stakeholders who are in government, who are in this game. And you realize that anybody you interview, I say, why is the water this way? Why is Galamsey this way? They said, everything is appointed to somebody being behind. And when you are at the top, when you are handling issues as a statesman and you are involved in the arts, where is the law?
It's impossible to stop.
It is completely impossible to stop. But at this stage, there must be a need. That is why there are demonstrations. That is why there are agitations. And the Constitution stipulated it, that the Constitution guarantees demonstrations and expression of freedom. And freedom is just not about political freedom. We need to have socio-economic freedom as well. We need to have political freedom as well. We need to have freedom from the laws that are supposed to guide us. We need to let the laws work. And if it doesn't happen, at the end of the day, these are the things that you will be seeing in public domain, where police against civilians, civilians against police, and all kinds of things will be happening. We have crossed that stage. Now we have to use our brain. That's why I believe that when Obama came the last time, he told us that it's not strong men, it's strong institutions. The rules, the laws are there. My brother who is here is a lawyer. He knows that all the laws are perfect in the books. But the applications, and who is behind the application is the question now. And we cannot have the good conscience to propel our country in a constitutional manner in such a way that these things are distractions that will cause the country to go back. And we are looking at, we are not a village, We are not a cottage. We are not a town. We are living in a global situation. What signals are we sending to our partners? But look at all these things. And I will talk on the economic viability of these things. Food is the basic thing that we need. Food is what makes us live. If the food is not there, nothing. The herbs we use for medicine are polluted. How can you be strong? I mean, the orthodox medicines are prepared out of the herbs. So, what are we doing? Why is it difficult for us to put a ban on this thing for some period of time? And think and take stock. I can't understand it.
Doc, I'm going to get back to you again. Maybe we would also try, by extension, look at the president's representations of us as a country and the UN General Assembly and some of the things that you said with regards to this, because we're protested. I'm not too sure. I've not seen or read anything about he addressing some of these issues over there. He was more or less talking about, if you look at the front page of even the Daily Graphic, for example, he was talking about security. And there were people who actually were protesting, and he was talking about Security Council needs overhaul and all of that. We'll look at it. But let me get to you, lawyer. What do you make of this? I think 9 people, 11 people, all of these people denying bail. Some are in very bad situation, pregnant women and all of that. What do you make of that?
Good morning, my brother. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to our cherished viewers. KMJ, you know, we would need to be sacrificial to be able to deal with the truth of Galamsey. I expected that the Inspector General of Police, the Commander of the Ghana Army, Head of Immigration, Head of Customs, would go to the president and tell him, Mr. President, Galamsey is slowly killing this country. There are Ghanaians who are citizens of this country demonstrating against what is killing this country. We would like to tell you that do something about it. However, we have a job to do. And we are not saying we won't do a job. We'll do a job. But we want to tell you, do something about this Galamsey. Because all of us are going to suffer. 2 most important things where Galamsey is concerned: food and water. And then as you move forward, air, and then environment. And if this begins to dissipate and be destroyed, who are we? Are we all not going to die? And so the leaders of this country, the elders of this country, should be able to put President Akufo-Addo on the spot and tell him, do something about it. He might come back and say, but I've set up a committee. And the question you then ask him, did you not set up a committee first? What happened to that? Did you not put certain things in place? What happened to that? None worked. Do something about it. And even, if possible, because of the existential threat of Galamsey, if possible, they should give the president an ultimatum. They should give the president an ultimatum.
All these are institutions.
Yes, tell the president, we will do our job. However, if you don't do anything about it, we will add ourselves to the protesters. Can you imagine the impact of that? Can you imagine the...
But that is almost impossible, looking at where we've come from to where we are right now.
This is why I'm saying it has to be sacrificial. Because you see, people are protecting their jobs. Jobs that would be non-existent if Ghana isn't existent.
Very true.
So, we need to be sacrificial. Apart from that, I expect the elders of this country come together. The Sam Jonas of this world, the President Kufuors of this world, Otumfuo has started. All of them go to the president. Because look at the number of institutions that have started demonstrating. There needs to be an arrowhead, shouldn't there? That arrowhead needs to go to the president. and talk to the president. Because really, I don't understand how your country is at war and you're doing nothing about it. Is Galamsey not war?
It is.
What does the UN say? What does the international court, the ICC, say? They indicate that an attack on water bodies is war. Okay, I can show you the stipulation there. It's war on water. War on water is war. They don't expect countries. Israel, are they attacking the water bodies of Lebanon? Even Russia, are they attacking the water bodies of Ukraine? Have you seen that? It is into buildings and areas that they are bombing. Yes, a little bit of those residue might get into the water, but not like we are doing it intentionally. So rightly, Ghanaians are saying, for a while, let's ban small-scale mining. Because the Galamseyers, what do? They use that small-scale mining to do Galamsey. Let's ban it and let's see how best we can put things together. But this is one thing I expected the political parties to be able to do. The political parties should speak with one voice. What did the president say to us? He said when they banned Galamsey for a certain duration of time, they lost 10 constituencies. So which has he brought first?
The party.
Politics, party, and country. But I don't understand why he is so quiet. I don't understand. It boggles my imagination. With a threat like this, my brother, what did he just say? He's gone to some of these places, all the water is... Does it not prick him? Does he not say to himself, this thing is wrong. Let's put everything aside. Let's see how we come together as a country to deal with this. And those politicians who are in it, we've got to be able to expose them. What did the speaker say, Babin? He did say some politicians are doing Galamsey. If they're in parliament, you know them, expose them. Because you see, the chemicals that are seeping into the soil, for water, it takes, I think, did they say 1,000 years?
Okay, to get it back to it, to get it back to
soil,
because of those chemicals.
For soil, 3,000 years. Our children's children, generations will come and go and be poisoned. Unfortunately, we don't have a good, health system. And so when these diseases start coming in, what is Ghana going to do? I mean, I don't understand how God can bless you so much, but you decide to destroy it. I don't understand it.
Lawyer, becoming a war, it means that it goes beyond just one person. And that's the reason why you are asking that all these institutions have to go to the president. Now, let's look at our traditional rulers, the individuals I know protesting and all of that. Are we seeing much from our traditional rulers? The chiefs, are they doing enough? Can they tell the president that, you know what, I think if you don't do A, B, C, D, I will not allow anybody to come into this place to do whatever they want to be doing?
I know one or two chiefs who have done that. Mampohene in Ashanti, and also Bunsu. You dare not go and do Galamsey in his area. You dare. But you see, the president should have taken a note from Otumfuo. Otumfuo won't come and sit in front of you and say, Mr. President, do something about it. He will act and expect you to take what he's done and act on it.
Otumfuo wields a lot of power.
He wields a lot of power, but...
He can tell the president in the face.
Yes,
but you know what? This thing is killing not just Kumasi people, not just these people, but the entire nation. So stop it.
He has said it and he's distilled some of his chiefs. Is that not a sign for the president? Is the president a small boy? Is the president not a mature man? Is the president not 80? Has the president not gone through all the regimes in this country? Is he not one man who knows better than any politician in this country today? So why is he silent? I find it very difficult. Why is he silent? He's gone to the UN.
Yeah, maybe you can...
What is he talking about?
Well, he's speaking about the entire UN security.
And his people are demonstrating outside. What do you think they'll think of him?
Spoke about COVID and a few
other
things.
What do you think they would think of him? Is it not a shame on Ghana? Let me tell you, if President Nkrumah was alive today, do you think he would act the way the president is acting? Look, on his birthday, you know the prayer I said, oh, Nkrumah, please, let your spirit talk to our leaders in this country. Let your spirit talk to the leaders in this country to be able to sort this Galamsey out. Galamsey is not going to be a one-man affair, yes, but that arrowhead needs to put things in place for things to start moving. And people are demonstrating, and you're doing what? You're doing what? And the Attorney General says they can do nothing about it. Isn't the Attorney General in court with these people? Is he not the government's lawyer?
Yeah.
Aishawan, what did they do? Aishawan, what did he do?
That's another roller coaster.
No, what did he do? What did he say? Not let prosecute. You're not interested in the case. And then your own people are demonstrating for a good reason. Yes, there'll be some miscreants in it who will try and do X, Y, Z. But do you have to jail them for 2 weeks? Do you have to? The cause is a good cause. And I don't understand the courts. Do they not see what is happening? The judges, do they not see what is happening? Yes, the law is there. Fair enough. But this particular demonstration is for a good reason. But you see, unfortunately, Ghanaians are not angry enough. If this were any country, the whole country will shut down. The entire country will shut down for the president to act. So let me ask you, why isn't he acting? What is stopping the president? He said he's put what you call it in place. A commission. Did you not put a commission in place the last time? What happened? Have you heard anything from the commission? What questions are they asking? Who are they looking to? They should attack the problem. They should attack the problem. They are not attacking the problem. They are just skimming over the top. But I can bet you, let's mark it somewhere. If it so happens that Vice President Bawumia wins this election, you will see the haste at which the MPP would move to stop Galamsey. You will see the haste. Why? Because now they can't do it because that is where the money is coming from to fund some of these things. So they don't want to touch it. Have you heard Vice President Bawumia talk about Galamsey? He will say, look at my vision. But you're empowered today. You are there today. We've got to get to a point where leaders, Vice President, can tell the president in the face, I'm your vice. However, this particular issue would end Ghana. Let's do something about it. Let's even put these elections aside and let's let the people realize we are doing something about it. Has it happened?
Maybe behind closed doors.
We don't want behind closed doors. We don't want behind closed doors.
Where we are going to right now,
we don't want behind closed doors. And you see, and this is where sometimes I ask myself, MPP, are they scared of him? That they can't talk truth to him? Are they scared of him? He didn't get the presidency on his own. No. It is the people of Ghana who put him there. And they put him there to do what? To handle the affairs of the country. They have come back to us, haven't they? They are giving us all sorts of promises, aren't they? Are they looking after us? Galamsey alone, is it looking after us? How much of the Galamsey money goes into the government's coffers? How many? How much? How much? And the president is where? He is in America getting awards. Ruto, what did he do?
All the cabinet went off.
All the cabinet went off. Everybody went off. Because the people were asking him to do something for them to see. Because they were on the streets. Did he not act?
Yeah.
Why isn't that president acting? You know...
And the people are still pushing him again now.
I don't like to say that... But it looks as if it looks as if he's checked out. But for him, these last few months, show us something. Leave something that the next president can now stand on to move forward. They are not doing it. It's left how many months? 72 days. And we are not seeing anything substantial. We have all the laws in this country. All the laws in this country. Nothing. Nothing.
Anyway.
And you see, the one thing that we can hold President Akufo-Addo for, which can be related to Galamsey, is the youth not having credible jobs. Look, he could have at least for the few months banned Galamsey, banned small-scale mining, and then restructure it in place. There's money in the business, so restructure it in such a way that it is conducive and it is not what? Spoiling the environment. What did my brother say? He saw some Chinese man. So they are still mining. LI 2462, where it talks about mining in forest reserves. Have you seen Brazil? Have you seen the Amazon forest? How it's been decimated? Ours is even worse when you take the size of our country. And it doesn't do anything to the president. The ecosystem, the biodiversity, the kinds of crops we have there, those crops that we use for herbal medicine, the environment, the animals, all that is being destroyed. And the president is silent.
Anyway, continue to send your messages. We'll be looking at some of the messages that you've sent to us, and I'll read them in a bit. But just to say, don't you think the first thing we should do, one of the first things we should do, is to curtail the import of mercury and cyanide? Yes, so they're not able to use them.
Should we?
To spoil the water bodies.
What do you think about it?
Okay. Okay. So, Doc, let's look at the excesses that came with this demonstration. Could it be a lawyer said that the vice president should be now talking to the president and letting him know that where we've got into right now, we need to stop this. Now, if the vice president want to make a case for Ghanaians, the citizens, and how angry we are the excesses that we are seeing in some of these demonstrations going to enable him to do that? Because that is where we are right now.
Okay, I can be honest with you that from look of things and what I've seen physically and those who are involved, I mean, the practice of this Galamsey thing, looking at the dossier of names that are coming from behind, shows that, excuse me to say, the vice president's voice cannot be heard. Yes, it's absolutely correct. His voice cannot be heard. Look, let me tell you, the chiefs have started the move. It is, the bottom line is that, like my brother said, the president is the person who say, hey, come on, we got it up to here, let's stop. And restructure the system. The Galamsey by name may not be a bad thing, but the processes that we allow, the leeway to destroy our forests, is you see, like he said, the ecosystem. And when you are attacked by diseases all over, there are diseases in the air, the insects, the trees, and all the activities constitute protection for human beings, including the animals that are living on earth. So if the president do not, as the great man of the land, cannot say, look, it's over, stop it, let's go back to the drawing table and think about what we have to do. Put people into groups. Let's see how it's going to work. If the president cannot come out to say anything, the demonstration, I dreamt about it, that the demonstration will continue. People will be doing demonstrations upon demonstrations. And excuse me to say, I'm not saying that if you oppress the people, if you are for saying that these things are destroying our environment and is giving us sickness, you'll be angry with them for saying that? What about corruption? What about the misuse of power? What about other things? Excuse me to say, for health purposes.
But the anger has to do with the issue on the ground.
Yes.
And not you destroying properties.
Yeah. Yes.
So some police cars were
to some extent,
mobile by people.
To some extent, as a gentleman, I will not say that go in demonstration and destroy. But the fact of the matter is that allow people to express the freedom. And it must be well spelled. Which part of Ghana do we see the president? Where do we see the president? Where can I see my president? If I want to deliver a note to my president, where? Tell me.
The Jubilee House is there. I mean,
so it is the duty. It's mandated. Yes, it is mandated on the security agencies to protect the citizens. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's what they sought to do.
So the people ended up becoming violent. If you tell me that don't pass here, don't pass here, don't pass here, where I'm going to deliver the
petition you're taking.
It's Fluster House. Am I correct? So why don't you want me to pass that place?
Okay, so Doc, if there's a route here,
yes,
which will still lead you to Flagstaff House, and there's another one here, which you can use for other purposes by the police service, why don't you just use where you can also use the alternative routes and still get to the Flagstaff House if you want to?
I hope you heard the barricade.
The case because they believe that where they were using at 37 was not really a place that they were supposed to have used. And we all know where 37 and what it represents.
No. For security reasons, the security starts with where the problem starts from. The security of Galamsey, the insecurity of the Galamsey itself is a security problem. The same security agencies has to be solving those Galamsey problems. That's why my brother is saying that connecting to other security agencies, paramilitary or whatever, who are leaders, who have to go to the president and talk with him. It is based on what he's saying that I'm telling you that it draws an inference that the insecurity problem in Galamsey is if it is not solved, and now the demonstrators are demonstrating and you want to solve them, what do? You educate them. The education, civic education, that word underlined. You educate them, sit down with them. Demonstrators are not fighting with the security agencies, correct? They are coming to express their will against certain things. So sit down with them and tell them the reason, the leadership. You see, anytime that somebody wants to protest and demonstrate, then we take it as if the person is going against the president. That is not the case. In democracy, it's an expression of opportunity.
It's your right.
It's a right. And even within the confines of the demonstration and protection, the government can take a clue to run the country in a good direction. I am telling you, my knowledge tells me that even when the situation they are craving for is bad, it can give you an indication to run the economy and maintain the economy in such a sanitized way. But we sit at a point where we look at it from security point of view and say that it will destroy. If we purport that demonstration is going to destroy our assets and other sensitive areas of governance, then you need education. You tell the leaders, this is how you have to talk to your people. If we see them doing this, we'll arrest them.
I think the police service does well with some of these things. I don't know about
they do well.
They do well with
some of these things. You see,
and these are because of precedents.
Yes.
And looking at what we are seeing right now, this is a major roadblock.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
As angry as you are, would you want to go to this extent to be able to say that this is happening and I don't want it?
That is why I'm saying that. Going to destroy state properties will not be part of, excuse me to say, an agenda for me to do. You can peacefully demonstrate, even
that is condemnable. It's something that
it's not good.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that the two parties, the two groups who are talking about the issues, have they come to an agreement as to what to do and what not to do? Have you educated the people based on security basis? And the reason why you don't want them to pass that place?
Usually they state this in some of the releases that they give to the people.
Sometimes,
you need to send a letter and then they will reply that, you can't use this place.
Sometimes you write to me and I reply and they give you the letter. It's different.
You would want a more...
Look, what happens on the ground is different. the people are coming to express their feelings. There could be anger, there could be this, some people will definitely do some other things. You understand me?
Yeah.
So from security point of view, there must be an education every time. It is not one-time issue. I'm telling you, as it is now, UTAG has gone on strike. They will demonstrate. Sewu has gone on strike. They will demonstrate. Are you telling me that all these people that are going to demonstrate or say something about government, they are wrong by saying it? No. So all institutions in Ghana should know that education continues from now up to you can't stop it. Education, you can't stop it. Sometimes people forget about things. You need to remind them all the time, especially when it is security issues. You need to. What is happening in Ukraine? What is happening in Russia? What is happening in other places? Time changes. You still have to be educating your people. And don't say that because you have given them letter. Letter is what?
Okay, so speaking about the letter, Doc, let me make reference to it a bit. This was on the 2nd of September, 2024, and it has other part of it, but let me just go to where they stipulated some other things that we want to make references to. This one says, in our assessment, these suggest that demonstrators had no intentions to embark on a peaceful protest. Therefore, we are cautioning the organizers that the police will not allow them to demonstrate at the 37 intersection, but should move to the demonstration to any of the 7 locations the police proposed to them and will be available to provide the necessary security. However, if the organizers insist on embarking on the demonstration in the same manner as they did on the first day at the 37 intersection or at any unauthorized locations, the police will use all lawful means possible to ensure the free movement of traffic and prevent undue inconvenience to the general public. We would like to once again thank the police for your cooperation, the public for your cooperation, and wish to assure you that the police will continue to ensure security, law, and order. So this is a back and forth that actually happened with the police and the protesters. They wanted to use these routes, and the police said no, they couldn't use it, and so they could use another place. And they defiled that and actually went to demonstrate. That issue is there. It's something that they need to get it sorted in the first place because they were denied those areas, those routes.
KMG.
And so, lawyer, all I'm saying is, can we get better with our demonstrations and protests?
KMG.
Yes, Doc.
KMG, let me ask you. The force with which the police are using for demonstrations, they should go to the Galamsey people and use that force there. You expect them. The force that they are using on Ghanaians, they should take to the Galamsey pits.
But this is lawyer, this is the Public Order Act, right?
It's the Public Order Act, but let me ask you something. Who are they protecting?
They're protecting the protesters that were on the street.
They have what? They have blocked the 37. Who are they protecting? Stopping the demonstrators from going up to the...
To where, yeah.
Who are they protecting?
That place is a security zone.
Wait. Where is it written? Where in Ghanaian law is it written that it's a security zone? Security zones, cars can't pass through security zones. Who are they protecting? Are they protecting
the seat of government?
Are they protecting the building? Are they protecting Akufo-Addo in there? Are they protecting the people in Flagstaff House? Is that what they are protecting? And you're trying to tell me they cannot police a demonstration in front of Flagstaff House? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's what I don't understand as well.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Maybe because of the nature of the place.
Nature of what place?
You wouldn't want anybody to just come there.
Nature of what place?
The seat of government.
Seat of government. So, who is the seat of government? Who has power in this country? Isn't it the people of Ghana? Isn't it the people of Ghana who have the power? TUC, what did they do recently with snakes? Wasn't that people's power? So what are we talking about? You're trying to tell me the police cannot guard a demonstration through the streets where Flagstaff House is. What are you trying to tell me? That's impossible. So we have to block. What is the confrontation for? Wouldn't it be a good idea, the IGP, call the leaders of the demonstration and tell them, look, we will allow you to pass through and have your demonstration in front of the Flagstaff House. And we are going to make sure we police and protect you as you walk through. However, if anybody tries anything untoward on that route, we will deal with the person. Make sure your police people are there protecting and guarding the demonstration. I don't see the challenge or the difficulty. So far as nobody has done what? Has tried to jump into the perimeter of Flagstaff House. What is the problem? As we sit here today, are cars not passing in front of Flagstaff House? As we sit here today, who do you know is a terrorist driving in front of Flagstaff House and throws a bomb into Flagstaff House? That it can't happen.
Well, intelligence could actually pick that if
intelligence can pick that.
If it happens, so
how do you know? Do you know what is in people's cars who are passing in front of Flagstaff House? I don't understand why we create problems that we can solve. Warn the leaders. Yes, you can do your demonstration in front of Flagstaff House. You can give your petition, but try as much as possible not to create anything. So these people, they say they've done what? They've done criminal damage. Have you seen the type of criminal damage they've done?
Well, they brought some of the charges.
No, the evidence.
The evidence, okay.
Have you seen the evidence of it?
The videos.
Which of the videos I haven't seen, but you tell me.
So they obstructed the van they picked the keys to the cars of the police.
Yes.
You know, they also destroyed some other things, properties that they believe that they were not supposed to have.
And if they had allowed them to go through that route, do you think it would have happened?
This is still at the public order act.
I don't
understand. There are restrictions to what you can do.
The law is in your bosom. Use the law to make sure that the right things are done. It's confrontational from the word go. The moment you block that road and you have police in armored gear, you're causing confrontation. But you need a situation where the demonstrators can demonstrate peacefully, go through whatever they want to go through. And you see, the reason is the palpable reason. It's a good reason. Because we are sick and tired of an act, which is Galamsey, which is destroying our country. And you say what? Because they want to pass in front of Flagstaff House. Then they should go to Nima. It's a security zone, it's a security zone. The president's house, not a security zone. They should go there.
And let's see what,
yes.
Okay. Let me get some.
Now you understand. You understand the point I'm coming from.
I do. I think
you see that rapprochement. You know, the rapprochement between you and your citizens is very critical in every dimension of developing this country. If you don't do that, at the end of the day, you create that in mind. Now the protesters are 10 bad people. You see? You have a brother in the police service. He has a brother in the police, cousin or somebody in the police service. Do you expect me to see them die?
No.
No, I'm against it. That's why from the word go, I said, don't destroy anything. But the education has to go. The reason why. Let us put ourselves together well. Even you can organize a train, some small training for them, just a day.
Even that. Are we not seeing deformed children?
Yep.
Are we not seeing animals being born deformed? And it's not pricking us. It's not telling me.
Okay, let me do some messages. I will come back and look at our next topic briefly, so we'll wrap up. Now, this one says, good morning, KMJ. Isn't it annoying for anyone to sit on any national TV to say that Galamsey is helping our economy when many hectares of our farmlands are being destroyed and millions of Ghanaians are losing their livelihood? Political spider in Kintampo sent in that one. The NPP lost 32 seats in 2020. If the NPP can mention 5 constituencies they lost as a result of fighting Galamsey, I will wake up 5 a.m. on 7th December, queue and vote for Dr. Baumia. Repeating lies over and over doesn't make it true. The NPP solution to every problem is to blame NDC or rant about bold solutions. Farmer in Takrade. Let me go to the next one over here, and it's coming from Same Boache, as Manka it says, Psalm 121, and I will lift my eyes to the hills where my help comes from. Fellow Ghanaians, the perfect things come from only the top. And Dr. Bawumia is number one on the ballot. Look no further than voting massively for Dr. Bawumia to continue with the good works of Nana Addo. Vote number one to bring the 8. Going for a demonstration is your constitutional right, and that doesn't mean you should be misbehaving like terrorists and lawlessness, destroying state properties. This is needless and unlawful. Let's respect the state institution. Let's say no to Galamsey. Regards to Honorable Charles Champon. Let me go here. This one says, good morning, KMJ. I'm highly disappointed at leaders. It's like there's no leadership in this country. I wonder whether we have future with this kind of leadership. I'm praying JM will come very soon to reduce this noises in the country. Exponent from Bolga sent in that. Good morning, my brother. Who owns the Flagstaff House? Why are the demonstrators not allowed to pass through there? What wrong would have happened if you had allowed them to go through? This one over here says, KMJ, good morning. Please, a reminder to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the year extension of NAPCO, 29 months of arrears has not yet been paid. We know the letter came from his office, so he should do something about it before 7th December. Okay, ultimatum over there right now. Hello, good morning, and thank you for good works that you're doing for our beloved country, Ghana. It seems the government is not ready to stop himself from poisoning Ghanaians, so to stop them is to vote them out of power. Let me go here. I think there's one for me over here. This one says, please kindly give me Lawyer Jantuah's phone number for me to contact him for help. Okay, depending on which help. I may not give you the number. Good morning, KMJ. I'm sorry, Dr. Qatar is not communicating anything. He doesn't even seem to appreciate the situation on ground. We live in a country where you listen to grown-up people and you wonder, hold on. What's the sense to block the road leading to a major hospital, like 37 military hospital, and our papas in the studio say what? Today, Oliver is being treated at the police hospital. Is he more human than the people who prevented from accessing medical treatment in 37 military hospital during their demonstration? Let's stop the hypocrisy and be honest to ourselves. K. Frimpong from Konobu. K. Whenever you're saying anything, just say devoid of any, disrespect or anything like that. Just deal with the issues, okay? Good morning, KMJ. Okay, I think I've read this one. This one says that, wow, that's a long one. KMJ, good morning. Sometimes I get very surprised at elderly men like Mr. Jantuah. And they're coming for both of you today. It is the right of everyone to go on demonstration. Your right ends when mine begins. Why did demonstrators block roads to prevent the sick from accessing the 37 hospital? What was the banning of NPP paraphernalia for? Why did Oliver remove the keys of the police operational vehicle for? Was it part of the demonstration? Mr. Jantuah hates the president and Bawumia so much such that he doesn't see anything wrong with the action of the demonstrators, but he wants the president who's far away in the UN to comment. Elders should learn to advise the youth to behave well. That's a relation to the president right there. Did you hear one of the demonstrators say there are so many animals in Ghana, so it's okay for some to die? Can you imagine if members of the NPP had clashed with them because they are destroying their property? The hypocrisy in Ghana is too much. David Obriyabwa, Dome Kwabeyan sent in that Mr. Jantuah is actually related to the president. I'm not sure about the hate. If we're not minded about the loss of life due to Gala, but minded, Galamsey you mean, but minded on the security of government, architecture, by CA sent in that. Mr. Majid is from Bechem, Toronto. He says demonstration is not something bad, but this super incompetent government doesn't respect the people's rights. It is the right of the people to do demonstration if they feel that something is not in order. Ghana police shouldn't hide behind the government to intimidate the people. Arresting an 8-year-old child for demonstrating against Galamsey is so sad. Peace can prevail if we treat each other equally and champion for free and fair elections. Vote number 8 for JDM as president and number 2 for Charles Akwesi as MP. Okay, this one says, good morning, Joy Prime. The president is not doing anything about this Galamsey. The only thing we can use to remember this president is arrest of innocent people. Ajadu Wisdom and voter region Mepe sent in that. Let me go to this one over here. Good morning, Joy Prime. I beg our leaders to speak up, should speak up about the Galamsey and the future of this country. Let's think about generation yet unborn. Stop Galamsey now. Greetings to us, my sister, Senator Rawlings. Let me get to this one over here. here. It says, NPP, never again. This is Sadiq at Circle. Okay, let me go to this one. Akonsi Garaba from Tamale says, good morning, KMJ. I think nobody should take advantage of the fight against Galamsey in Ghana. Unfortunately, the Democracy Have Demo and the opposition spokespersons try to take advantage of the fight against Galamsey politically. Those who are now loud about Galamsey, where were they from 2021 to 2023? Collectively, we should all fight against Galamsey and take hypocritical posture out of the fight against Galamsey menace. Number one, vote for Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is possible. Meshach Asante at Amasaman says, anytime I hear NPP and their followers talking about free education, then I ask myself, do we even have free education in Ghana here? Because under President Mahama, admission fees, school fees, and prospectus all was around 1,500. But under Nanado, so-called free education prospectus alone is around 5,000 and above. So which free education are we enjoying in the country? We are rather paying higher, so they should spare us our ears with their 419 free education. Ghanaians would enjoy it better under President Mahama than what we are witnessing now. Let me go to this one over here. Alhaji Hamza in Pig Family says, good morning, my brother. KMJ, did you see the number of policemen and women who were sent to arrest and manhandled demonstrators? Why can't the same policemen and women sent to protect our river bodies and forest reserves? Truth be told, the treatment melted out to the demonstrators was totally unacceptable. In any case, my brother, where is the 500 excavators seized under Frimpong Boateng? The national woman organizer of the NPP, Jantuah, was arrested and her equipment seized and burnt. Why was she not prosecuted? My brother, read the Fourth Estate document about Galamsey and you will cry for this country. My brother, what was the reason behind the president sending the LI 2462 to Parliament to be passed to allow mining in our forest reserves? Who does that? In any case, my brother, why is the president refusing to address the nation about Galamsey? Because we are in a serious crisis. Dr. Bawumia is today telling us to vote for him to come to power and he will stop Galamsey. This is an insult and a slap in the face of Ghanaians. This country needs serious prayers under this government. Good morning. Please, how are you doing? Question of the day. Is there any job provided for these illegal miners to stop the activity? There's a video of one boy, singing actually about Galamsey and why they will stop if they provide them jobs. Very funny video, but it's a serious issue to look at. Alasan Sese from Zeno Central says, I think that this Democracy Have demonstrators are fighting on behalf of all Ghanaians, including the police officers who arrested these demonstrators. This is unfortunate. Leadership has failed in this country big time in the fight of Galamsey, which is a threat to all of us. If the EC has nothing to hide and they are really for transparent, free and fair elections, they better open up the forensic audit. Good morning. Please, is Lawyer Jantuah coming from the mass this morning? In 2020, was he not in this country when John Mahama said he will grant amnesty to Galamseyers who were jailed by Akufo-Addo? Our hypocrisy and partisan must stop. We can't deal with this issue. Jantuah and co don't call Mahama out for that statement.
Two wrongs never make a right.
Absolutely. Good morning to everyone. I want to appeal to all the institutions. All the institutions should come together and vote against Nanado and Bawumia. We're sitting on the bombshell, and we need to reset Ghana. University lecturers are campaigning for John Mahama. God bless them. Okay, let me go to the next one. Maybe a couple more, and then we'll be done. Some media stations are part of the Galamsey mess. Question when former President Mahama, Kwaku Boahene, and Tony Obeng made reckless statement about Galamsey in 2020. What was their reaction from Ejeni Boateng Domi Pillar 2? This one over here says, good morning to you, Joy Prime, to our entire crew. So President Nanado, who rose to fame through a series of demonstrations like the Kumipreko demonstrations, is now commanding the police to met out this inhumane treatment to them. The police always tells us order from above. God is watching him from Hajj Sharan Tamale. I don't think he's issued any statement to that effect, but if you're looking at it from previous things that have happened, then that's fine, but this one I'm not sure. Good morning, please. I think the ruling government and its officials are doing the nation disservice, and journalists, security officers should not be hypocritical as say for what is going on in Ghana pertaining to this canker of illegal mining they are not aware of. If the government was able to punish its cronies who are financiers, and this we will not be in this terrible situation. Mahama compelled the president who touted he would put his presidency on the line if he's not able to fight against the search that he should arrest his party fowls who are funding illegality rather than the ordinary people who are working, which will bring about the amnesty to the ordinary people. Okay, I'll do the last one and then we'll move on. Good morning to you, KMJ, and the beautiful Exedua, and to the viewers of Joy Prime. I want to say kudos to the former ECG boss, Mr. Dubik. I personally think his resignation is as a result of personal reasons and not mismanagement. It's never easy to be a leader for Ghanaians. No contribution of ideas, no emotional encouragement, but always critics and criticism. We wish him the best in his next chapter of life. Sule from Northeast region.
Do you not think, in terms of the president showing leadership, especially with Galamsey, he could have put the partisanship aside, called President Mahama, called President Kufuor, three of them sit and have in their manifesto suggest we should all have the same clause where Galamsey is concerned, so that the people see we are speaking with one voice as political parties. And even let it go down to all political parties. We should have a clause where Galamsey is concerned, where all of us are speaking the same thing. Because what did the president say? People, when they brought in the banning previously, he said they lost seats. So people were using it against them. In order for Galamseyers not to use it against them, let's all speak with one voice. Would that not have been good leadership? Didn't the president come to our houses on August 4th to tell us about his uncle? That and Galamsey. Has he come to our houses for Galamsey? Has he said anything to us? Which is more important? That goes to show you where his allegiance lies. If his allegiance really lies with Ghana, he will come to our houses and tell us A, B, C, D, E is what we tried. We weren't able to be successful. So this is the next step we are going to take. We are taking it into a higher pitch. Everybody, come, let's join hands and let's fight this canker. Has he done it? He's in America taking awards.
Okay, so our economic issue is...
I don't hate the president. The president is my friend. I've known the president since I was 15. He used to come to our house in Asokwa to sit with my father and talk politics. He was a young man then. So I don't hate the president, but he should do the right thing by the country. I'm not interested in partisanship. I'm interested in Ghana, the country doing better. Me, how many years have I got to go? In the next 40 years, I'll be gone. What about you? And if we spoiled our country, where would you be? Where would your children be? That is what we're talking about. That is the essence of what we're talking about. It's not a question of hate. We should take the emotions out of it and let's deal with the problem that is at hand.
Very well. Doc, I don't know where you want to go right now with me, but maybe we'll take a quick... We've got like 6 minutes to actually end this very segment. Yeah, okay. So let's look at the 6.9% growth, GDP growth for the second quarter. Do we look good? Are we recovering?
Somehow.
And I'm asking you because you're an economist, so maybe you'll be able to...
Somehow. If you talk about growth, what are you really talking about in respect to the gross domestic product? We are talking about what we produce within the country and services that are run within the country, not across the borders. You know, taking expatriates out, what we do here, the production. First of all, you should already know that agri sector, we have performed poorly. Employment, we have performed poorly. Inflation, we are not in single digit yet. And the life of the people, ordinary citizens of Ghana cannot have 3 square meals. That's in real terms. And I'm telling you that if you said you have achieved 6.9% growth than the previous years, and is the best in 5 years, I'm telling you. I will talk, how much is 1 bottle of this water? How many Ghanaians can afford this? That's real life, real economic life. If the basic water we have been destroyed, Galamsey, where is growth coming from? Growth is not coming from anywhere. We destroyed our soil and environment. Connect it. our production levels are low in terms of food, agriculture. So
the finance ministry is actually tackling us. They're lying.
Yes, because to me, fiscal discipline, have we disciplined ourselves enough? Government autonomous consumption, has it reduced drastically to strengthen the economy? What is left in the foreign currency reserve? Have we reduced it up to a level where, excuse me to say, where we cannot stand on our feet? Importation is high. You see, there are so many things when I want to talk about growth. It is not 6-minute matter. We need food.
I understand.
Yes, because if you get growth, you can equally get growth. Somebody can look good, walk about, but he's sick. Are you aware of that? It's just you look good, you're fine, but inwardly you are not fine. There's no money in your pocket.
That's what we are looking at right
now. That is it. So the person dressed, look nice, presented well, but he's not having actually the liquid positions.
But why are we not able to deal with situations from your angle as an economist, just like the ministry?
It is because we promise so many things and we can't do it. For instance, production. The economic system, which consists of human beings, consists of government policy, consists of production, is not in good shape. Industrialization is coming from Asia.
Yeah.
The industries are not there. We are virtually, yesterday, for example, I was passing the industrial area. I do survey when I choose. And you realize that all the factories that are there, most of them are imported. They import
instead of producing.
Yes, because
right from here.
The industrial area at the time of Kwame Nkrumah coming into power was meant purposely to do productive factories. Bro, am I correct?
350 industries he put in.
Yes.
That's a lot.
And strategically, a silo, the silo for agricultural product and storing of food and everything is situated at the industrial area. Go and see, only birds, animals that are living there. So all the factories that you see around, most of them, 80% to 90% of them are importing. So if you look at that, so our goods and services or production in the economy is cannot stand the test of time. Yes, because if these companies come and they are importing oil, fried oil, all the rest, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me because nobody is working.
Nobody's producing.
They're not producing anything. But the issue is that gross domestic production. You understand? Yeah. So if we are comparing the GDP itself and the GDP elements, which are the productive element, and when I say production, it consists of services that are rendered by human beings at the same factory or outside the factory. You realize that at the end of the day, we are doing purely importation and resale. So who is working here? Only those laborers who go there and carry goods, pack things, that's all. That's not how to strengthen an economy. Please, I'm sorry to say this. The strength of an economy is when you train people how to have some skills. Those people, when they even retire and they are in their houses, they could be useful for industry. And that's why Kwame Nkrumah at the time set up vocational institutions at that time to train people. At that time, Kwame Nkrumah was bringing in experts to come and train our people at the shoe factory. Bro, am I correct? So that we can get the expertise. That's why there was a massive move at that time to send people outside, Russia, where, America, to learn, Germany, to learn how to brew. That's why we have the brew there. So what has happened that we are not following the pattern? The economic systems are not strong enough. And if the systems are in place, then we can be able to talk about growth. This growth is just postulated growth. Wow. And you realize that it's the money that we get from IMF that's way back to make it look like we are growing.
Take that money away.
Take that money away and see. This is a simple calculation. And to get a growth, you need the previous years that you had certain level of growth as divided minus the current year minus the previous year, divided by the very year that is the basic year. So you can get growth. So what else I'm simply saying is that you can have, whether it's nominal or real terms growth at 6.9%, but what is happening to the people of this country?
And that's the most important thing. And
the cost of living and the standard of living. If the standard of living is poor and people are being affected by high level of unemployment, and you come back to tell me, polish it nicely and tell us that it's growth, from where I sit, I will not consider it to be a real growth.
Dr. Julius, thank you so much for the economic lectures this morning. I really enjoyed that. And lawyer, we're going. We're done for today.
Let me ask quickly. We're talking about a positive GDP. What are the factors of positive GDP? Is there increased consumer spending? Tell me, is there? Is there business investments at the present moment? Government expenditure, how is that?
Top.
Okay. Export growth. Have we increased export growth?
No.
Improved productivity. We talked about it. Is there improved productivity in the country? Technological advancements. Yes. The Vice President says we've done digitalization to some degree. Natural resource extraction. We haven't done exploration to production in the oil industry for 8 years. That money comes in like a tsunami. Have we done any of that? And then, infrastructure development. Tell me, where's the infrastructure development?
Roads. 12,000-kilometer roads.
Really?
They believe they have.
Okay.
They've been able to.
What's the positive indicators? Increased employment. Do you have increased employment in the country?
No.
High wages and incomes. Do you have high wages and income in the country? Rising business confidence, AGI. We are all crying at the AGI. Is there rising business confidence? Improved standard of living. Standard of living risen? Increased tax revenues. Yes, that is there. What are we using the money for? So you tell me we have positive GDP. These are the factors.
So this more like the issue of if your mother is dead and you say it's not. If it starts smelling, we'll get to know. And
don't forget to add to that the ballooning structure of the debt we have, the sovereign debt we have. It's if you see the percentage at which the debt level is and the percentage at which we are growing.
We are not even paying some interest of loans that is taken.
Okay, all right.
So there's that. But I think that
they should do something for us to be able to praise them.
Okay.
And this morning I was saying in the taxi, I told the taxi driver that, look, I just want to go with the taxi and see how expensive it is. I mean,
crazy.
How many people can afford? So you realize that the living standard is so high, and the cost of living is expensive for ordinary Ghanaian. I'm talking about kenke. I'm talking about fish. Fried fish one is 115 Ghana cedis.
Bread.
Yesterday I bought bread. I just want to eat some light thing to sleep. Bread, 5 cedis. The size is like this.
Dog is folding.
The size is like this. No. The size is very small like this. You know, after I cut the first one, the second one, I don't know how I finished.
Dog was probably hungry, way too hungry that night. But it's all good. Thank you so much.
When was the last time you ate polo?
Hey.
When was the last time you ate polo? They started with 5 cedis. Yeah. When they started, it was big. Now it's small.
I would like to use your platform to say hello to the flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, and also being number 8 on the ballot box. I would be glad that we have a change of government, not for any personal reasons, for the fact that we need to do some chemistry of changing the government to see the dimensions. You see, when we change government, we get new ideas put in place. And we are well done with Ghanaians. Everybody.
We can't change a government and go through the same challenges we are going through. There needs to be a real change.
Yes, a resetting of the economy.
Okay, all right. Let me also take time to congratulate Oketichi Nana Enim the first. He's the Sanahene of Ati New Tafo Achimebuakwa and the president of the Royal Chiefs, Queen Mothers, Pastors and Sheikhs Association of Ghana. He won an award in Nigeria over the weekend. It's part of the 100 Africa Selected Leaders in Tourism. And it was held in Nigeria over the weekend. Congratulations to you, one of my godfathers out there, Nana Oketichi Nana Enim the first. God bless you and congratulations go now to you. It's going to be the annual Akwambo Festival and the coronation of Barima Kofi Yeboah and Nana Amwakwa, the second of Lower Bubikuma. That is where I was born. And so this weekend, I'll be going there for the Durbar, which is happening on Saturdays, the Grand Durbar. They're starting today, and the Grand Durbar will be on Saturday. Oh, okay. That was where I was born. So it's a homecoming for me. And it's also me looking forward to see what I can do for the people over there. I want to pick a few students in the schools over there and see if I can just take care of their school fees.
But you know, this program is because of the people who watch us. Somebody sent me a message. Good morning, my brother. The time has come for all of us, including your good self and all Ghanaians, to move and join the demonstrators. We have sat on the fence for too long.
Okay, so lawyer, I'll see you in the next demonstration.
Yes.